Grab your cup of coffee because it's time for a little inspiration. Hello and happy Friday out there to all of you. I am so excited to be connecting with you guys again here on this incredible Friday morning and to share with you one of the things that I love having conversations about. A topic that I could literally talk about for hours, and that is ways to show value right away from the very beginning of your website. Now, for those of you who are just joining me for the first time, I am Teresa Shaloop with Web Designs by Teresa, and my mission in life is to fill the small business world with websites that work as hard as you do. And I do that through consulting and design. Now, I love doing design work, obviously, because that's a big part of my business, but I also love being here for those who love to do their DIY website. They want to do it themselves, or they want to maintain the website itself once it's been built. And so that is a big part of what these videos are for, is to give you a little thought, a little inspiration, and hopefully some tips that will help you make your website even better than it has been in the past, or even better as your business grows and changes. So as I stated a little bit ago, today I want to talk about offering value right away. And we've been talking about the homepage this week. This month, I am all about giving your website some love. And so we've been talking about the homepage and ways to structure that homepage that will help you benefit your business and connect with your ideal customers right away. Now, as I said the other day, sometimes people are going to land on your homepage and they're going to leave the homepage and not connect with you. That's okay when they're not your ideal customer. You don't want to try to be pleasing everybody. You only want to look at the people that you were meant to serve, because you have something incredible to offer. You have something amazing to share. And by focusing in on what that is and the people who need it, you know your message is always going to be clear, and the value that you have to offer is also going to be clear. So now I want to talk a little bit more about that value. When it comes to building a website, especially building that homepage, it can honestly be a really overwhelming task. I remember the first websites that I built for my business and some friends of mine, and it was a little overwhelming to get that homepage just right. I mean, after all, our homepage is the storefront, that online storefront to the world. It's the entry point where people come in and begin working with us, or at least to see everything that we have to offer. So we feel pressured to get that homepage perfect and to make sure that everything is in its place. What happens when we are struggling to get it all put together and get everything into our place is that we often start looking for inspiration, and we start to lose the value of what we have to offer when we're out there looking for inspiration. And let me give you an example of what I mean, because this is something that I have seen happen all too often. First, we start thinking about how we want the web page to look, and we really don't know where to begin. We might find a template in our web design platform that is okay, but we want to customize that template a little bit. We want to make sure that the pictures and the context and everything is all our own, even though we're utilizing a template. So we'll start off looking at some other websites that have products or services that are similar to our own. Soon we land on pages of our direct competitors. Now, I personally don't believe in competition. I've said this many times before, that I don't want to build every website in the world. I don't want to help every single person, because there are other people out there with incredible gifts and talents that may be a better fit for some people. And I'm really okay with that. So I don't believe in competition so much. But there are people out there who offer the same services that I do, that I could easily go and look at if I wanted to view them from the perspective of being a competitor. And so we land on the websites of our competitors. Now here's the tricky part. If we just look at our competitors, at what they're doing, and be like, oh, well, that's cool, like she should be really good at that, or oh, hey, he's got a great approach, and we just look at it from that perspective, we're okay because we're looking for creative inspiration. But if we start comparing ourselves to those competitors, to the people who offer products and services like us, that is when we get into the tricky part. That is when things start getting a little bit muddy and we start losing sight of the value that we have to offer. Our value is all our own. What other people do that are similar to you, that's their value. How they offer it is up to them. Our value is 100%.
Okay, we're going to try this. I switched to my computer because I was having really awful internet connection, and I don't know if this is going to work well or not, but I'm going to go ahead and try to go through with and finish up this video because this is a great topic and one that I really want to share with you guys. It's a really great conversation. And if this doesn't work or my internet activity is just going to be too wonky, then don't worry, I've got a plan B in place, and I will make sure that I post this to my website here later on today, because this is something that is it's just a really incredible topic, and one that I know an approach to building that website and offering value that a lot of people don't think about, but it's something that really has a big impact on our business and how people perceive us through our website. So once again, let me bring up my notes here. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, you're joining me here, please don't hesitate to post comments and questions. Even if you're catching this on the replay, I'm more than happy to respond to those comments and questions as they come in. I love connecting with you guys, and I love being your inspiration for DIY website design. So back to what I was talking about, and just to do a quick little recap of where we are. When it comes to building that home page, it gets a little bit overwhelming, and we want to make it incredible. We want to make it beautiful, and we want it to be awesome. And so, but we're not really sure where to begin, especially if doing your own website is something new. Like, you'll find a template that may work for you, but we don't always know exactly how that template's going to work, and we want to customize the template. We want it to be something that looks ourselves. We don't want to look like every other website utilizing that template. And so that's when we venture out for inspiration, but that inspiration is a slippery slope, because first of all, we start off looking for inspiration at websites that are offering similar products and services to ourselves. And that brings us to the page of competitors. So we land on our competitors page, and while again, I don't really believe in competition, I think there's more than enough room for all of us in the world, and what my unique offerings are completely different than the other people who do web design. Like, we all have strengths and talents that are all our own, and that's what I want to focus on. We do have people who are very similar to what we have and who our customers may look at as our competition. So we'll go to those pages to kind of see what they have done. But before rather than just looking at a little bit of inspiration for design perspectives, we start thinking about how cool their offerings are, and we start looking at what they are doing to offer the same products that we have and the value that they have. And then we forget the value that we have when it comes to offering our products and services. We forget that while they have some really amazing things going on, so do we. And we start rethinking what we're doing, how we're doing it, and how we want to communicate that. That's when we start building a page that is similar to what they have. And what happens is we end up with a cookie cutter version or a copycat version of that web page. And if you look, a lot of times as a web designer, I'm always looking at web pages, and I will come across a website that is, or multiple websites that look almost identical, because we've been copying each other, and because we're not being unique, and because we're putting too much focus in the design aspect and making sure that we're following our industry trends, that we forget the most important thing that we have to offer, and that is the value that we offer our customers. And again, you have incredible value to offer your customers, whether you are a website designer or you are, a coffee roaster, or whatever the case is. You have incredible value to offer customers, and you have a value that is all your own. It is not like anything else that anyone else is offering. And that is where I want you to focus when it comes to building your website. Instead of stressing out about design aspects and what are other people doing, I want you to focus 100% in the value that you are offering. Building your homepage should be a mindset shift from how do I make it look perfect for the industry to how do I communicate the most important things in my business. And that is how I can make your life better and how you can get started. If somebody is looking for exactly what you have to offer, and those two things are not clear from the very beginning, they may not stick around. They may not realize that you are exactly what they are looking for. They may just click away and go to somebody else. And so I want you to create a focused mindset that is 100% on your own personal value when it comes to building your homepage, and make sure that you are clearly communicating with everybody how you're going to make their life better and how they can get started. Now, when it comes to how they can get started, this could be a free consultation. It could be a freebie that you have to offer. I have quite a few freebies on my website that are tools and things that I use in my own business and my own life that make my life better. And so I share them with my customers and website visitors. How they could get started would be to schedule you, to purchase your product, to whatever the case is. You get to decide what the best step is and how they get started. You get to decide where that beginning point is, where they're going to get the most benefit when they start working with you. And so you want to make sure that that is clear. So those are my tips, and I apologize for this disjointed, crazy video. We had to do it in 2 different sessions in 2 different parts. Technology is crazy. Perhaps it is the crazy cold temps that is kind of blocking things. My internet connection usually is really, really incredible. So I apologize for that, but don't worry. I will have this put together in a condensed version that cuts out all of my troubleshooting that you had to sit through. And we'll put this together on my website and get that posted here later on today. And I will make sure that I post a link here on Facebook as well, so you can find that. And you can also sign up for my newsletter if you'd like to do that. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me in my technology problems, for joining me here today. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to post them in the comments below, or feel free to send me a private message. I love to hear what you have to do, what you have going on. And I hope you are having an incredible Friday and a great weekend ahead. So much love to all of you guys, and I will see you again next week.